Hi, I'm Niall from GulfStream Boat Sales. We have here for sale a 2004 Bayliner 195 Bowrider. It's fitted with a Mercruiser 3 litre, 135 horsepower stern drive engine. It's on a UK spec road trailer. It's got a nice specification. It's got a sat nav, GPS chart plotter, plus a VHF radio, plus a full set of camper covers. And it's a cracking entry-level boat. A bit bigger than your standard sort of 17-18 foot Bowrider, so there's lots of room for carrying passengers and big families on board, and this one's in nice condition. We're going to take a walk all the way around the boat, show you the condition that's in, show you the features that are inside the boat. We're going to put it through its paces in the water and just give you a better idea of whether this might be the boat for you. This boat was imported from the States in 2004. It's a one owner from new boat. It was sold locally by a local dealer here in the northwest of Ireland back in 2004, and it was used around the coast of Donegal. So it was in and out of the sea, but it was always kept on the trailer. The boat was never left in the water. It was sort of a day boat in and out of the water on the trailer. So one of the benefits of that is there's not really much in the way of sort of marina rash on the boat. The gel coat still looks really good. There's a few very light scuffs and scrapes around it, but not too much at all. The gel coat still has a nice deep shine to it. This lovely blue colour band, the red pinstriping on it. Coming down along the side of the boat here, you can see that the condition of the gel is very good. The rub rail has some very light marks on it, but nothing major. We've got the Bayliner badge here. It's intact, looks the part, coming right the way back to the stern of the boat. All the little cleats and stuff are in good condition. Engine vents are good. The corners are nice and clean as well. Some very light marks on the rub rail here. A couple of very light scuffs down here, but nothing major at all. Everything looks really good. Taking a look at the starboard side of the boat, again, it looks in beautiful condition. Nice striking colour band, it looks really good. There's still deep colour to it, nice shine off it. Rub rail's good down this side, again some very light marks, but you really have to be looking hard to see those. Gel coat above the rub rail is really good. Stainless steel handrails here up the front, everything's solid and secure. The windscreen surround looks really good as well. No evidence of any corrosion or anything around it. Again, we've got the Bayliner badge down this side. A couple of light marks in the gel there on that side, but it's to be expected sort of on a boat of this age. There's really it's not major at all. And then coming right the way down to the back, engine and vents are good, cleats are good. The corner on this side is really good as well. Taking a look at the transom of the boat, the first thing that sort of strikes you is just the size of it. It is a 19.5 foot Bowrider, so it is that bit bigger than your usual entry-level Bowrider. And you notice the height of the transom, so we've got a nice high transom. You're sitting, sort of down low in the cockpit, and we've got nice high sides around it, so it's actually a good it's a good sort of sea boat, and it has been used around the coast of Donegal, so it's well used to seeing a bit of use in the sea. And you'll also notice the angle of the V. There's quite an aggressive deep V on the boat with these pronounced sort of streaks that run up the length of the hull, so she does handle really well in choppier conditions. The condition across the stern of her is fantastic. The colour band looks really good. Again, we've got that red pinstripe all the way around the boat. It's in good condition. We've got this central ski tow point here, your fuel fill point. We've got this integrated swim step, these stainless steel handrails, and moulded tread surface across the full width of the transom, so it's easy for hopping in and out of the boat. The boat's fitted with a Mercruiser 3 litre, 135 horsepower stern drive engine. It's matched up to this Alpha 1 leg. You can see that the legs in perfect condition. Still got the original factory finish on the paint. The prop is on mark. The skeg is complete. It's not been chipped or damaged or anything. All the anodes look really good. All the seals on the rams and everything are good. And the bellows in here are still pretty good as well. They're nice and pliable. There's no evidence of any cracking or damage on any of those bellows, so they're in good condition. Again, this is a benefit of a boat that's sort of kept on the trailer. It's never kept in the water, so you end up being able to keep the leg in that sort of condition. It was obviously hosed down and things after it was used, and it's really credit to the previous owners that's in fabulous mechanical condition throughout, really, this boat. So Yeah, the condition of the transom here is fantastic. Taking a look at the hull bottom again, from the front, you get the sense of the sort of aggressive V, these pronounced streaks. So this gives the boat a fantastic ride, even in choppier conditions, throws any spray well clear, and it means it grips through the turn well, and it's a sporty handling sort of boat. Now, because it was never kept in the water, it's never been anti-fouled, so this is the original gel coat finish on the boat, so you can see its sort of original condition. Because this boat was always launched and recovered off the trailer, there are some little chips and scrapes on the bottom of the hull. Now there's a couple of ones that just are peeking through to a bit of fiberglass mat. We're going to fill those before the boat goes anywhere, so it doesn't take much just to do that. It's really common, and it's just a wee bit of trailer damage from putting the boat on and off the trailer, but it's nothing to worry about. And I always prefer seeing boats like this where you can see the original condition of the hull. You can make sure that there's no stress cracks, no osmosis blisters, and this one is completely pristinely clean. It's a roller coaster trailer as well. All the rollers are working perfectly, so it's easy to launch and recover the boat off the trailer, and it's a UK trailer as well, so you've no problems with insurance or anything like that. It has been in the salt water, so it's going to need a bit of maintenance ongoing, but the wheel bearings are good. The brakes are a bit questionable, but the actual structure of the trailer and the rollers and everything's perfect. Stepping inside the boat then, because it's 19 feet long, 7 foot 7 inches wide, you get a great bit of room inside the cockpit here. It's your sort of traditional layout, so we've got twin back-to-back seats on the port side and the starboard side, and these are recliners, so you can fold these out into sun pads on both sides. They're all working well, and then you've got two jump seats either side of the engine box at the back. So these seats also lift up to form a full width sun pad across the stern. So you can lift the other one, make a full width sun pad. You've got this upholstered cushion top on the engine box, and you can also remove them completely, so it gives you access right up to the transom and up to the side of the boat. So if you're fishing or something off the boat, you can remove those seat cushions and just opens up the deck space. We've got a couple of integrated cup holders here on the engine box. We've got lots of storage in the side gunnels, little shelves down along the lower sides of the seats, storage in underneath both of these seat units, and we've also got a big storage locker in the floor, ski locker here, which I'll show you in a wee minute. But there's plenty of seating here for 6 people behind the windscreen. These forward passengers get great protection from the screen, and then even if you're sitting at the back of the cockpit, because the sides of the boat are quite high, you get good protection. You're sitting down low in the boat. You've got these integrated handrails and things here, so you can hold on as well. The sides, as I said, the transom is wall molded non-skid, so you get safe fitting if you're climbing in and out of the boat at the back end. And we've also got a wee bit of molded non-skid tread along the gunnel tops too, so if you're hopping up onto the pier or something at the side of the boat, you've got a wee bit of safe fit for doing that too. So it's just a practical layout. It's marine grade carpet throughout. You can power wash that. It all drains into the bilge. And whether you're using this boat for a day boat or for water sports or for fishing, it's sort of got a versatile layout that will lend itself to multiple uses. This boat also comes complete with full camper covers. So we've got a bow cover, then we've got a spray hood, and we've got the sort of camper back and 2 side panels. So you can see the mounting points here for the bars. The bars sit up here, and then the roof section goes from sort of this height down on the front of the windscreen. There's a rear curtain and 2 side panels. So it means that if you're out on in bad weather or the rain comes on, you can throw the covers on. You can still use the boat inside, nice and warm and dry, and it's just a great thing to have in this climate. Now what we're going to do, we took the covers off so we can just get a better look at the boat for the video, and we're going to put them back on once we're finished, and we'll show you, check out the photographs at the bottom of the page. You can see the boat with the covers up. They're in nice condition. There was a couple of zips that just needed re-stitched. We've had that done, so they're all sewn, and the covers are all working really well. So yeah, with that spray hood and with the forward bow cover on, it means that you can use the boat even in colder weather, on poor days, and you're sort of warm and dry inside the boat, and you can carry on about your business. In terms of the condition of everything inside the boat, unfortunately we can't tell exactly how many hours are on the boat. Going by the mechanics of it, the condition of the hull and the stern drive, and what the owners told me, I would hazard a guess, it's probably a couple hundred hours maybe. And the boat hasn't been used for the last 2 or 3 seasons, I think, so it really hasn't got a huge number of hours, but there are a few little bits and pieces inside the boat, just evidence of wear. So we've got one little small mark in this back seat here. This seat sees a bit more wear and tear than the others because you're climbing in and out of the cockpit here at this point. You can remove that, but very minor. Just want to point it out so you're aware of it. A couple of very minor nicks in this engine box as well. This sort of happens whenever you're lifting the engine box on and off to get access to the motor, which we're going to take a look at in a moment. And then the only other thing I need to point out here is this sort of split in the stitching on the driver's seat. Again, that driver's seat sees a lot of use, and that's a really common fault on these boats. I have a guy locally that can recover these. He charges about 60 quid or something, and he has material which is almost a perfect match. So if that's just the owner, you know, we sort of run out of time to get this boat advertised, so we didn't have time to get that done, but that's not a big deal if you want that addressed. And given the sort of price of the boat and the value that's on offer, these couple of wee minor things are really, you know, can be easily overlooked. Apart from that, all the rest of the upholstery is in great condition. All the stitching's good, the piping's good, the colour bands, the carpet's in good condition. All the little fixtures and fittings are all good as well. And for a 2004 boat, she is in very good shape. To get access out into the bow, we've got this open and windscreen section. The hinges are all good, the clips and catches, this little stay, everything's in good working order. And we've got a nice wide entryway with these upholstered side panels on them out into the bow. So this bow, because it's 19 footer, so it's a good sized bow seating area. The seats are fairly low set. We've got these long stainless steel handrails running down both sides, so you can sit up here. We've got this upholstered backrest and side cushions, so it's a comfortable place to sort of sit even if the boat's underway. And there's easily room for 2 adults. 2 cup holders up here as well, just behind the seats. And then up at the foredeck of the bow, we have again this moulded non-skid decking. So if you are accessing the boat, say you're nosed into a beach or something, you're hopping on and off the boat from the front, you can do that safely. There's tons of storage underneath all the seats up here as well. All the cushions are in really good condition. Both the seat bases and the side bolstering, everything's perfect. The rails are solid and secure and all the rest of it. And the condition of the carpet, the liner, the lockers up here, it all looks really good. And there's plenty of room for getting, you know, odds and ends out of the way. There's an anchor locker underneath here. The boat does come complete with an anchor and rope and a few dock lines and a couple of fenders and stuff like that. So sort of there's enough there to get you on the water and get you going. We've got a comfortable passenger seat over here. We've got a handrail on the side. You've got great protection from the screen. We've also got a cup holder over here. Stereo lives here, and we've got a big glove compartment for storage bits and pieces. This boat was sort of imported by a dealer. It wasn't a Bayliner dealer, so it was bought from the States as a brand new boat and brought in, but it was properly CE certified. We have the CE certification here with the owner's manual and all that sort of stuff, so we've got all the proper paperwork, which is good. Nice big storage compartment there. The stereo is in here behind a little waterproof cover. It's the original sort of Aquatronics stereo that came with it, so it's an American unit. It's actually a tape deck unit, so it's a bit outdated now at this stage. And as far as I'm aware, it's not functioning. Now, there's a couple of speakers in the back end of the cockpit, but if you're looking for a stereo, you'll have to replace that unit. I mean, you pick them up now, you know, 60 or 80 quid will buy you a stereo in Halfords or something, but that one I would just write that one off. We have priced this boat to take account of the few little bits and pieces that need addressed, so I mean it's still great value, and like I said, for very little outlay you can get all these wee odds and ends tidied up, but generally speaking it's a cracking boat and it's in beautiful condition. This is a very sporty sort of boat to drive. That aggressive hull shape gives it really sort of sharp handling characteristics. Gets up on the plane quickly. That 3 litre 135 horsepower engine is a good match for the boat. So she gets up on the plane quickly, so there's enough power there to pull water toys and wakeboarders and skiers and stuff like that. And similarly, if you're just cruising along, very economical to run, easy to maintain and all that sort of stuff. So it's perfect sort of entry level package, you know. It's nice engine for the size of the boat. The helm position is very good. We've got a tilt position, adjustable steering wheel, nice supportive helm seat. You can adjust this fore and aft. There is an integrated footrest underneath the dash. We've got our throttle and shift lever well located here at the right hand side, and we've got good visibility through the screen and all that sort of stuff. In terms of the instrumentation, we've got a full range of marine instruments: oil pressure, temperature, speedo, tacho, fuel gauge and trim gauge, and then we've got our usual switch gear for bilge blowers, bilge pump, anchor lights, and accessory power. This boat's fitted with a huge big 6-inch Navman Trackfish 6600 GPS chart plotter. That's a combination unit, so it's both a chart plotter and a fish finder, depth sounder, so that's great. Gives you the bottom profile, means you can keep an eye on the depth of water that you're in. You can also see, you know, sort of feel your way into unfamiliar beaches and harbours and stuff. And it's also fitted with a Navman VHF radio, so it's a VHF 7100 and a VHF radio as well. So everything you need for sort of coastal use. This boat was used in the coast, around the coast, sorry. We've got an integrated cup holder here as well, and the whole thing's is in very nice condition. But what we're going to do now is we're going to put the boat through its paces in the water and let you see exactly how it performs underway. access to the engine, we just lift off the engine box, just move it out of the way, and then you got really good access all the way around this Mercruiser 3-litre 4-cylinder steering drive. So the engine makes 135 horsepower. Like I said, it's a very good match for the boat. Runs really well. Mechanically, this boat is in really nice condition. I mean, like I said, the owner hasn't run this boat now for a couple of seasons, but it was stored properly, put away properly, and whenever we got it into the yard and fired it up, it starts first turn of the key. It runs super sweet. There's bags of life left in this motor. There's a few wee bits and pieces of corrosion around it because it has been a saltwater boat. Although it hasn't spent any time in the water, it's been in and out, but you do sort of just get a wee bit of, you know, that sort of salt air in the environment, and you start to see some of these mild steel brackets and stuff starting to give a wee bit of corrosion here and there. But generally speaking, it's in nice condition. The actual engine block itself, the rocker cover and everything's in good shape. The engine oil, which is a really good indication of the condition of any motor, is absolutely pristine on this boat. Hopefully you can see it there. But that, we haven't actually changed the oil. That's the way the boat came in this, and I think it was serviced a couple of seasons ago, but that oil is like brand new, so that's a really good sign. All the other fluid levels then are good as well. So we've got this little gear lube monitor bottle for the monitors the level of oil in the stern drive, so it's perfect. It's up to level. The trim fluid level here is good, and the engine bay itself looks pretty clean. There's no evidence of any high water mark or anything in there, and like I said, the engine's running super sweet. So there you have it. That's our 2004 Bayliner 195 Classic Bowrider. I think it's a cracking little boat. I think it's a really striking looking boat. I think with a combination of the navy blue gel band plus the red pinstriping and that clean white hull, I think she looks great. It's on a good UK spec trailer. It's a roller coaster trailer. Comes complete with the camper covers. Has that big large screen chart plotter, fish finder. Also got the VHF radio, and she's starting first turn of the key. It's running really sweetly. Performance is great on the water. And I think it's just a great entry-level package for the asking price. You know, less than £7,000. I think it's a bit of a bargain. I know there's a few wee bits and pieces that need addressed just to get it tip-top, but they're super minor. You know, a couple of wee things on the seats and that stereo thing, but they're very, very minor issues for what is a great value package. So if you're looking to get on the water for the summer, not spend a fortune of money, have something that looks the part, it's going to be reliable and easy to use and easy to manage, then this one is well worth a look. I think it ticks a lot of boxes. So that's it. If you're interested in the boat, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Drop me an email or give me a call or fill out the callback request form on this page of the website, and I'll contact you at a time that's convenient. Thanks very much for watching.